Welcome back, Creekside creators. Welcome to another build, another journey. It's a cold one this morning out here. We've got a light rain, but a little cup of joe, it'll get you through it. Anyways, back to the build. I've got these 1x4s here. They're pretty rough shape. So I thought I'm going to use these for this little build. So we're going to take these two 1x4s and we're going to turn it into this. So stay with me, help me along my journey, and we'll see you soon. All right, so we're going to start with the little piece. What I'm doing right now is just kind of going over it, looking at it to see if there's anything viable from this piece. These pieces are pretty bad shape. So I'm going to take a piece off this end, and I think I might be able to take a piece out of the middle here. So I'm going to try that. And I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to cut them at 20 inches. And I'm going to need 3 pieces. So I got these 3 pieces now. They're cut at 20 inches. So what I'm going to do now is give them a nice light massage with the hand sander and pick out what side I want for the top and bottom. And then the next step is going to be to glue these together. I'll be using my clamps to hold them together as well. And then we'll move on to our next step. So without further ado, all right. Now that the massage is all done, they're fairly smooth. What we're going to do now is we're going to glue them together. We're going to clamp them up, let them dry, and then I'm going to take them over to the table saw, and I'm going to do something a little different that I've never done before, but hey, we're going to give her a whirl and see what happens. All right, so next time you see me, we're going to be at the table saw. She's a beaut. Am I ever impressed? First time doing that, and it gave me, see that? Those lines in between where it was actually glued. And you can see that there. I really like how that turned out. That's nice. All right, so I'm ready for some glue up. So I got my 2 pieces here. I'll sand it down. I did the tops and bottoms just so that I can get a nice clean fit. So I'm going to just mark out my, like I said before, I'm just going to mark out my edges here, 1/4 of an inch from each end. So that'll give me 1/2 inch total in space. I'm just going to get these glued on. I'll grab my nailer, get these nailed on. And try to minimize your squeeze out as well, because the more squeeze out you have, the more that you have to pick away at it, sand it, because your stain really won't take to the wood glue. All right, so I've got these glued on. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to brad nail them in. And as I said before, 1 1/4 inch brad nails. So I put 6 brad nails in each one, which should be very sturdy. And now what we're going to do is we're going to have a little fun. Get yourself a nail, get yourself a screw, get yourself a hammer, and have fun. Just bang it up. Let's make it look rustic. You know, the head of the nail, a couple little spots in there. Right? Do that. That. A couple holes here and there. Right, get the on the edges, just wherever you think that you may want to throw some All right, so I grabbed a hand planer. This was my wife's grandfather's. like this tool. This was very nice to use. I've gone and I've just kind of rounded over a little bit too on some of the other edges. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to get into some stain. Right, so one of my favorite stains that I use is a coffee mid-wax. And it's hard for me to go out of my comfort zone to do different things like that. I just kind of see what other people do and then kind of follow to see if I can actually recreate that. So this time I've done that, but I've gone a little out of my element. Oh, say.
I don't know if you watch this video, sir. But if you do, let me know. You know who I'm talking to.
All right, now that that stain is all dry, I've done every side, I'm gonna add my little finishing touch, and I'm gonna show you what we've just created. So as you can see, I've taken some forks and some glue, and now what I've done is I've glued my forks onto the board. It's a little cold out here, but I'm hoping that the glue will take, I might have to take it inside the house just to warm it up so that the glue adheres to the wood. I've got no heat out here. My wife has all the heat in her side of the garage. So I'm just out here, cold, shaky, just trying to get by. So I'm gonna take this inside, let it dry, and I'm gonna come back to you and show you guys the final project.